How's it going, everyone? Today we're taking a look at the BRN-180 made by Brownells. This is a 16-inch barrel chambered in 223 Wylde. And one of my favorite features is the easy adjustable gas block up here on the top. There's 3 different settings that you can move it from, and you're able to see right down this slot in the rail what that particular setting is. So we have 1, 2, and then 3. And this is going to allow you on the fly while you're at the range to adjust your gas pressure. I did put a QD mount for my suppressor up here, so if you take the suppressor off or you put a suppressor on, you're going to be able to adjust this as needed. It's also going to help you adjust based on the ammunition that you decide that you want to run in this particular rifle upper. It's made really well. It's got the M-lock grip on here, and you also have a QD mount built in to the foregrip. So it's going to allow you to run a sling. You should always have a sling on there. Overall, this design was just really well. A lot of small things that you don't realize are really going to be helpful, Brownells put into this. The next thing, which is another feature that makes it really nice, is you've got a dust cover built in to the bolt. So I've trained with people like Dixie, who's an instructor that likes to kick dirt on guns if you forget to put your dust cover up. This is going to eliminate that issue. It slides with it, so when it reciprocates, it gets out of the way, but then when it closes, it's covering it back up. So it doesn't really matter. You don't have to worry about remembering to flip up your dust cover. Just run the gun as is. You're always going to keep all the dirt, sand, whatever it may be out on the range, out of your gun. And then back here is where your charging handle is. You don't have the traditional AR-15 charging handle back here. It's on the side. So one advantage I found out on the range is it can actually make it easier to open the chamber and then use your finger to lock that back. Next, we're going to take a look at pulling this bad boy apart. It doesn't come apart like your traditional AR-15. You actually have a little clip back here that holds everything together. So if you push down on this, you can use your finger to lift that up. That's all you have to do, and it'll release out. Your springs come out. This is what moves the bolt back and forth. You don't have a normal buffer tube. It just slides on here. This is what shoots your bolt back forward. And then of course I'm not going to be able to get it out. There we go. See, it slides. It just takes a little bit of practice, and your bolt comes out. So it is not a traditional AR-15 bolt, as you can see. So you're not going to be able to have just any old mil-spec bolt and bolt carrier laying around. Well, let me rephrase. Your bolt is the same, but your bolt carrier group is different. So you aren't going to just be able to use any one from any rifle. But it's made really well. So far, I have not had any issues with this on the range in terms of the bolt being an issue. And then your charging handle does come out as well. All you got to do is put that right back in there. Take your rear plate and the springs. This is probably the hardest part, getting the springs to line up where you need them, because there's 2 of them. So we'll see if I can actually get this on camera. There we go. I think the camera saw it. And then once you get that lined up, you got to kind of press it a little bit, mess with it, click that right back down, and you're good to go. So all of it's internal in the chamber. You can put it on any standard AR-15 lower. I took it off my 300 Blackout, and it functioned just fine with that. You can also put a, you don't need to have any sort of butt stock on if you don't want to. You can put a collapsible stock, whatever you want. This allows you that flexibility, and it's direct piston. You don't need to worry about gas. It's not going to dirty up. It runs much cleaner, and as you'll see on the range, it shoots really smooth. So this is the overlook of it. It's really nice. It's comparable weight-wise. There's really no difference from your standard upper, and I really like it. Shoots well, so let's go check it out on the range. I've got the BRN-180 from Brownells. As we talked earlier, we got the adjustable gas block here. We're going to start shooting it. I'm just going to start it in the 1 position and adjust as needed, see how it operates. First thing is, I got to the range that I actually really like now that I've got it on a lower, is the reciprocating handle makes it a little bit easier to lock the bolt back. Normally on an AR-15, you got to pull back here, and then reach around or pull back with this hand. Right here, I can actually just do it one-handed. Pull back, lock it, and keep it open. So that's actually the first thing that I really like about it. So we're going to load up and we're going to shoot some. Loaded fine. Ooh, I really like this. Oh, that is such a smooth shooting gun. Okay, it didn't feed there, but it did lock back. Okay, so one of the rounds, it did not feed. However, it is still set in the first gas position, so that was really light. I really like that. Oh, that's a nice shooting gun. Really smooth. I didn't even feel the recoil. I felt more concussion from the muzzle brake that I have on there than I felt actual recoil. That is the smoothest shooting AR I've shot, I think, possibly ever. Throw a couple more in here. But we're going to adjust the gas to the second position. So again, that quick adjustable gas block is just right up here. I had it in the 1 position, I pushed down, I twist it to position number 2. I had one failure to feed / cycle. I don't know, I don't think it even went back to feed. I think it short stroked. And I think that was just because the gas was on the lightest setting. So now let's see what happens with setting number 2. No issue. No issue cycling there in number 2. Let's adjust it to number 3, if we can. And see what it feels. That was still really light. That was so flat. My shots are all grouping really well. I'm only shooting at about 10 yards, not very far at all. I put the Vortex SPARC on from one of my other ARs just to have an optic on there before I can get one. Probably going to look into getting one of the primary arms LPVOs. I think an LPVO would actually be a really good setup on that rifle. Be able to shoot a little bit further. Again, it's chambered in 223 Wylde, and it shot really well. This is technically it's the first gun I've shot that's chambered in 223 Wylde, so I don't think that's making the difference. The 223 Wylde is just really going to give you more accuracy with the 5.56 rounds. You can shoot 5.56 out of it and 223. It's a tighter chamber. The tolerances are better, so it's going to give you more accuracy as needed, depending on what you're going to use it for. And it shot really well. Let's see. We now have it. There's flies everywhere. We've got it in the 3rd position for the gas. Let's see how that feels. Probably help if I load the gun, wouldn't it? That's a really nice shooting gun. Flawless. I did not have any issue cycling, so either that first round that I had out of the magazine, it was either just the fact that those were literally the first couple shots out of the gun and something caused it to not cycle properly. I really think it was just because I was on that lighter gas system, and that's showing right there firsthand what the advantage of this upper is. It's giving you the ability to change what your gas system is going to be doing while you're on the fly. I didn't need to grab a tool. I didn't need anything. I just pushed down and spun. Now, the downfall is, right now I'm noticing, and I didn't bring any gloves. Oh, and I just realized I forgot my suppressor, which was kind of the purpose of coming out here to film this, to see the changes with the suppressor. So, pro tip, don't forget your suppressor when you want to film it suppressed. Damn, that sucks. I forgot my suppressor. But that's okay. We're gonna make it work. Because I don't even need the suppressor to really show what just happened. That first few shots in setting 1, I did have an issue with the feed. I switched it to 2 and then 3, and there were no issues fast. I can guarantee you this gun can operate faster than I'm capable of shooting it, because it's just such a high quality it's really high quality. It's really good. It's super flat. I barely felt any recoil. If you can, I think that first position was definitely the lightest recoil, which again is to be expected. It was really light recoil in position 1. I barely felt it. I felt a little bit more up to the 3rd setting. So if you can make it operate, I'm going to put some more rounds through it, try to get it into the 1st setting again and see if I have more malfunctions, because that was really light and flat. Okay, we're back. I didn't have to move my truck. He's a nice guy. Sometimes not everybody's nice. He's a nice guy. So we're going to keep this in the 1st position. So as I loaded that up, it did knock the bolt forward, but it didn't load around. So don't know why. I don't always hate when it happens though, so if that's all that happens, I'm cool with it. I wonder if we're not all the way forward. The dust cover is not all the way forward, so let's see. Yep, we did not go all the way forward. It did not go into battery. So what I'm going to assume is that it was probably the gas block. Damn, that shoots really smooth. Very flat. It's definitely getting hot because it's not cold out here. Overall, first shots, first impressions, it shoots really smooth. Now, as I've been starting to shoot and adjust the gas block here, it isn't necessarily the clearest at all times if it's sitting where it's supposed to. I think it is. I also have gloves on, so there's that. So it's not perfect. Obviously it gets hot. It's going to happen. So you got to make sure that you have gloves on if you're going to need to adjust this. I wish I would have brought my suppressor out to see the differences, because I think that's really what's going to show it. So I'm going to have to make sure to get out here and film shooting it suppressed versus unsuppressed fire. But it shoots really smooth. This may become one of my favorite guns, if not my favorite. I tend to like the shorter barrels a little bit more because you can just maneuver them a little bit easier. They're lighter, but it isn't overly heavy. And I do have this on a pistol blower because that's my 300 Blackout is a pistol. So, yeah, those are kind of my initial thoughts. It shoots really smooth. It's well built. It's good material. It's running how I need it to, if I needed it to. It's not jamming every other couple. So we're going to keep shooting it, get some more rounds through it to really, really push it. But so far, so good. So I have this set on the second gas setting, and my brass is going right about that 3 or 4 o'clock range, which is right where you want it. That one went straight. That might have bounced off the camera. So I want to adjust this now to the 3rd position, and I'm struggling a little bit. I don't know if it's because I have gloves on or if it's seizing up now that it's ran a few. So as you guys saw on the range, the gas block was getting a little locked up and not moving freely to be able to adjust my gas settings. So one thing that I did that seems to be helping is I'm just oiling it a little bit, and then I'm actually using a screwdriver, just a flathead up here, to kind of force move it a little bit back and forth because it got a little stuck, not terrible, but I obviously couldn't adjust it on the range. It didn't take a lot of force here with the tool just to get the right leverage, and then pushing it in, it allows me to move it, and I freed it up enough to be able to move it with my hands into the different settings. So what I would suggest, if you are looking into getting this and do get one before you even go to the range, and I should have done this myself, is just take some oil, whatever it may be. There's a lot of good stuff out there, Breakthrough, all sorts of stuff. Whatever your lubricant is for your firearms, throw some in there right where the two pieces meet. That might help alleviate it. I'll get it out to the range again and see if it happens again, but now I'm able to push it and move it freely, and it's locking in properly, so, which is really important. You want to make sure that it locks in to the position that it's set at, whether it's 1, 2, or 3, and it is. So I think that's the fix. That's probably the best way to go about doing it, is just using some oil. Do it before going to the range, see what happens. Let me know if you guys have the same issue or if it helped you. What we got. So that seems pretty perfect with my ammo. It's going exactly where I need it to, so I don't know that I would want to adjust it and increase the gas somewhere between 1 and 2. 3 is probably going to be running too hot without anything, or with these Winchester loads. But 1 ran good. It didn't cycle after the first one. 2 through 30 all shot perfect, no issue, quick. Any sort of hiccup with the trigger was on me, definitely not the gun. But really like it. It shoots really flat. I don't know that I would even need to go to position 3 with my setup if I put a suppressor on with the ammo that I'm running. But again, that's going to change based on the ammo. Winchester White Box is going to be typically a hotter load. If you're looking to hunt, if you're looking for more precision, you're going to be putting lighter loads in that gun, or custom loads, whatever it may be. So the ability to tune it on your own at the range is going to be really nice. You're also probably not going to be shooting a few hundred rounds. I'm kind of running this the way that I would a battle rifle. So what's your use? What are you going to use this for? No matter what, I have no issue that if you train with it, figure out the system, it's going to work for you, and it's going to be reliable and dependable. I want to definitely spend some more time on the range before I move this into a setup that I'm going to have in my nightstand. But it's fully internal. There's no need for the buffer. I'm sure that looked good. There's no need for the buffer or anything, because it's all internal. This is simply just the lower that I have. All I got to do is push in, flip this up, and there's the spring and everything there. So you can put it on whatever lower you want. So versatility is huge for me with anything that I buy. It's going to give me the ability to have different setups, use it in different situations. You can put a collapsible stock on this. You can take it off and have nothing on the back. Like I said, collapsible, or one of your standard AR-15 lowers that you have laying around the house. Whatever it is that you need, it's going to run on it as long as it's compatible. It is really snug. There's minimal play at best. And different lower could have a different result. So it fits snug really well. The rubber's looking good. It's, as I cycle it more, it's kind of getting folded underneath it, but it's not necessary. It's not opening up and to the point where it's going to allow any sort of dirt and debris to get in there. Same thing on this side. you have a dust cover that automatically comes forward. So when you're in a class with Kevin Dixie and you put your gun down and he tries to kick dirt and crap into your chamber because you didn't flip it up, you're covered with the BRN-180. So Brownells, I think you did a heck of a job. It shoots really nice. I've probably said that about 1,000,000 times at this point. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to test this out and give you guys some honest feedback. I do really like it. I'm excited to spend more time on it, but let me know what you think. Also, if you guys have any suggestions on what color I should paint it, because as you can tell, I don't like just keeping my guns black and pretty. I like spraying them with spray paint. It makes it more fun. Camo pattern. So give me your camo pattern ideas. I want to know what that's going to look like. Thanks.